If you've ever had this feeling that something was terribly wrong with the world that we live in, but you couldn't figure out just what it was, then you've come to the right place. Secret societies, mystery religions, and the Illuminati have been controlling our reality since the beginning of time. But not anymore, because there is an awakening happening, and you are about to become a part of it. Wake up, because this is a call for an uprising.
This is a call for an uprising. Welcome to today's show. I wanted to follow up about DMX, the Prince Philip, and just talk a little bit about the most important thing in the occult, which is human sacrifice. So this is an important video to share. I hate to constantly say that. Some of them really are important. This is one that might open people's eyes a little bit because they've been desensitizing people to the fact that human sacrifice is a real thing for a long period of time. And I try to remind people always that there is a reason that witches 100 years ago were being, on trees and being run out of town. And these people who followed a book called the Tao, Mud, which teaches this as well as many other disgusting things, which I talk about on my website, which cannot be talked about here on YouTube at all. So you should check that out at callforuprising.com if you haven't. Those people were run out of every place they were too, because they were practicing human sacrifice. Now, I'm not saying that these two things that happened yesterday were a part of a ritual. As I said yesterday, they usually happen in threes. Some people mentioned a third person. Obviously, there's a lot of agendas behind certain things, but there's two things that usually happen. When you make a deal and you're in these brotherhoods and these secret societies, if the time comes and they ask you to make a sacrifice, you make a sacrifice. That's why a lot of these celebrities lose close loved ones, right? Kanye West or Bruno Mars or Kate Hudson or name the person, and you could find somebody closely connected who had a tragic accident conveniently. John Travolta is another easy example to look at. How convenient with the sun. So they're asked to make these offerings, and I'm going to show you how they've desensitized people to it in a minute through film, which will show you the repetition and the pattern, as if this stuff is just made up out of the thin air. That's why they're all constantly doing these rituals with robes that involve blood and sacrifice. And it's just unbelievable. Like it's some creative, I just thought of this in my basement and I wrote it in a script, but it never happens in the real world. The Bible talks about this a lot. And I've read these quotes many times over. I'll just read you a few. Deuteronomy chapter 18, verse 10. There shall not be found among you anyone who burns his son or his daughter as an offering, anyone who practices divination or tells fortunes or interprets omens, or a sorcerer, which obviously is talking about witches and psychics and those types of things. Leviticus chapter 18, verse 21, you shall not give any of your children to offer them to Moloch, and so profane the name of your God. I am the Lord. 2 Kings 21, chapter 21, verse 6, and he burned his son as an offering and used fortune telling and omens and dealt with mediums and with necromancers. He did much evil in the sight of the Lord, provoking him to anger. See, that's what they do. These rituals and these offering sacrifices are used in witchcraft and Satanism. That's what they're used for. And people are just like, all this stuff with the Christians and the witches and stuff. What do you think? Christians were just angry? They were like, I don't like the way that witch looks. Let's get our pitchforks. No, they were caught doing these rituals. And it wasn't stopping, and it was involving children and animals. And obviously the Bible speaks against it. But it's been going on for such a long period of time. When television was invented, when they began studying how to manipulate through mind control, past just having newspapers and creating fake news, when they realized, wow, we can actually show them what we're going to do to them, because that's a way that they enhance their craft and their magic. It's called sigil magic. They came up with the idea, wow, the brain works like this. Just like I always say, it's like we study animals out in the zoo. We're like, we know if we throw food here, the lion's going to come eat this, but he's not going to eat that. He's going to come hunt at this time of day and not that time of day. Right? You study the behaviors. Well, they studied human behavior. And they studied the brain, and they realized that by doing this, by using comedy, by constantly showing you this stuff, not only were they performing sigil magic on people by showing them beforehand what they were going to do, which is one of the universal laws that they have to follow, they also were desensitizing people from what they did by calling these things fiction and movies, when the most fiction you're ever going to find on a television is on CNN, on Fox News, on MSNBC, on the news. That's where you will find the most fiction. You will find the most reality about what they're planning on doing in film, as crazy as it might sound. So nobody knows, the deep detail of the whole, DMX situation or any of these guys, but we know that sacrifice occurs, and I want you to see this because you need to know that this is a pattern that they constantly use, and they don't stop. And there's a reason they don't, because it works to make people think that this type of stuff is insane lunatic talk, so somebody could point a finger at me and say I'm nuts, when in reality I'm showing you and telling you exactly what they do in these secret societies. And that's the reason that so many secret societies were forbidden and run out and excommunicated in so many different countries until now, especially in this one known as America. Take a look for yourself and share this info.
Feast of Feasts, Sabrina, is one of our coven's holiest holidays. It's similar to mortal Thanksgiving, but
the menu is slightly different. Witches would have starved and died that winter had it not been for the sacrifices of Freya, the youngest, strongest witch. She,
Freya slit her own throat and offered up her body so that the coven would have sustenance through the cold months into the spring.
Wait, are we seriously talking about cannibalism?
it's not unlike the Donner
The
Party.
Feast of Feasts is an annual demonstration of our devotion to the Dark Lord.
Eligible because
It is the Dark Lord's will, in any case. The 14 tributes draw lots to see who will win the honor of being queen.
What do you get as queen?
you get to be the main course.
The queen is eaten? And witches participate in this?
A ritual sacrifice, it's slightly different.
Brethren, sisters, a very unholy night to you all.
And also to you.
Each year, the Feast of Feasts commemorates the selfless sacrifice that saved our coven. Cannot fulfill her duty as Queen of the Feast.
Blasphemy! We are ravenous. We must feast.
Moreover, the Dark Lord has revealed to me.
Freya lives! Praise Satan!
Of course you're uncertain, Cal. Naturally, so was I, till I met him. But now imagine, if you can, a life without uncertainty, freedom from doubt, the ability to choose, single-mindedness.
One life from each of us, Cal, is all he asks. And he rewards our devotion 1,000-fold.
Personal desires, oh yes, of course, anything. That's part of it.
It's only the beginning.
There was a time, Cal, when man was at one with the gods before the fall. Now we're at one again. And their benediction is power. It's a power you can't imagine. Power to create a world of our choosing. Power to destroy those who oppose us.
We want you to join us.
Consecrate this ground with this Father's humble offering
We seek the strength and wisdom of our benefactors.
We call upon the ancient gods to renew our strength and guide your hand to strike down the enemies of our faith and of this great nation.
We welcome our brother Cal, reborn into your grace.
Ayawaladama,
The power which is our birthright.
Herabanye,
The glory which is our destiny.
Anjuku Kajin Tasmala,
Our enemies consumed by winds of fire.
Ong Pangai Mulula Sonina.
Our strength reborn in sacrifice.
Identi Sonina. Monsaya Denti Sonina.
Art, you had a dream you were going to win the lottery and you blew $500.
Oh, I can't believe you're still bringing that
I
up.
had a dream a plane was going to crash, so you took the bus to Las Vegas.
If I'm telling you, these people are Satanists. As I sit here, they are Satanists. Look, the world is full of these kind of things. Look at this. Black masses, mutilations. I'm telling you, Walter was a human sacrifice. Do you want him to take your family, kidnap them, tear their livers out, and make some kind of satanic pate? Unconscious chanting. You're chanting. I want to kill everyone. Satan is good. Satan is our pal. Once they get in here, it's over, pal.
Satanists, huh? Ritual killers. Nice. Hex are offering up Walter as a sort of human sacrifice to Beelzebub. Is that it?
That's one of the theories, yeah.
What they did to me.
Ooh, I bet that hurts, huh?
Hey, Ray.
Spin around 3 times, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out.
Sisters, I gather you here today on the unholiest of afternoons, having accepted the invitation to conjure the spirit. The film Independent Spirit, Award Spirits, Spirit. Through this ancient ritual, we shall reject commercial cinema and pledge our souls to the pursuit of dangerous art.
Mondo Trasho, Lord of the Arts, Ghost of Barbara Loden.
Speak to me, Altman! Ashby, Antonioni.
Maya Darren.
Maya Darren, bring me the pain of Alexander Payne. Speak to me!
Silence! Begin the sacrifice! We reject the Hollywood mainstream. Our future is with our sisters, in a bond sealed with blood. That's cute, ladies. But this ain't no book club.
Me the virgin sacrifice!
Here he is, sister.
Finn Wolfhard, the bastard child that burst from the loins of the Netflix algorithm. Prepare to die.
I told him I was giving him a ride to GameStop.
Marcia, the dagger, please.
Forged from the gold of my Oscar. We twist the blade of mainstream success against itself, that we may reap our promised bounty. More limited theatrical releases and modest success.
No, wait! I'm not a virgin. Women love me, like all women. I'm like a 4-quadrant cutie.
I can get another virgin.
Ladies, I love all your work, by the way.
Thanks, that means a lot to me.
You know, it's a real honor to meet you guys. I've been watching you since I was a little kid, so...
Kill him! Spirit, come to me! Make me your host!
I'm gonna go because I'm gonna get blamed for this shit.
Can I just say, it's so great to see you outside of work. Oh, we're all so busy.